Novosibirsk Oblast is a federal subject of Russia located in southwestern Siberia. Its administrative and economic center is the city of Novosibirsk. The population was 2,665,911 as of the 2010 census. Geography. Overview. Novosibirsk Oblast is located in the south of the West Siberian Plain, at the foothills of Low Sala Ridge, between the Ob and Irtysh rivers. The oblast borders Omsk Oblast in the west, Tomsk Oblast in the north, Kemerovo Oblast in the east, and Altai Krai together with Kazakhstan in the south. The territory of the oblast extends for more than 600 kilometers from west to east, and for over 400 kilometers from north to south. The oblast is mainly plain. In the south the steppes prevail. In the north enormous tracts of woodland with great number of marshes prevail. There are many lakes, the largest ones located at the south. The majority of the rivers belong to the Ob basin, many of them falling in dead lakes. Largest lakes are Chany, Sakhalin, Ubinskoye, and some others. Natural resources. As of 2007, the oil reserves of the region amounted to 204 million tons. In addition, Novosibirsk Oblast had free gas reserves of 600 million cubic meters, solute gas reserves of 5.2 billion cubic meters, and gas condensate reserves of 121,000 tons. Most of the oil and gas reserves are located in the Severny and Kshtovsky districts. The following metals can be found in the region: zirconium dioxide, titanium dioxide, bauxite, and tin. In addition, there are 23 fields of alluvial placer gold in the region and 7 residual soil gold fields suitable for open-cut mining in the southeast. Novosibirsk Oblast has 5.527 million tons of high-quality anthracite, as well as 2.720 million tons of long flame and coking coal. Most of these are located in the Iskitum and Tguchin districts. The north part of the region also has peat fields with estimated reserves of 7.6 billion tons. Prospected mineral water reserves in the region amount to 6,948 cubic meters per day. The popular Karakinskaya mineral water originates from the region. The oblast has 4,531,800 hectares of forests, with 509.88 million cubic meters of timber reserves. Most of the region's forests consist of softwood. Softwood forests cover an area of 3,481,300 hectares, while softwood timber is spread out over 387.96 million cubic meters. Coniferous forests, located mostly near the Ob River and the Sala Ridge, cover an area of 1,011,900 hectares with timber reserves of 121.39 million cubic meters. The economic potential of the forests is reduced by the fact that most of them are located in the north of the region, in areas that are difficult to access. Climate. Novosibirsk Oblast has a continental climate. Average temperature is a 19 degrees Celsius in January and plus 19 degrees Celsius in July. Annual precipitation is 300 to 500 millimeters. History. During the Middle Ages the region was populated by Siberian Tatar and Aleut tribes. Being constantly raided by Kalmyk nomads throughout the first centuries of the exploration of Siberia, future Novosibirsk Oblast did not attract many Russian colonists, who preferred to settle around more northerly Tomsk. The first Russian village Masliano was founded in 1644. In 1716, Officer Ivan Butkerev built the bird fortress that later became the city of Berdsk, the main center of future colonization and development of the region. Like many other parts of Siberia, the Birdlands became a safe haven for political dissents, fugitive serfs and religious sects from all across Russia. For the most parts of its history, the Novosibirsk Oblast belonged to the Tomsk administration, initially as a part of the Tomsk Oblast of the Tobolsk Governorate and later, starting with 1804, the separate Tomsk Governorate. The turning point in history of the region was the construction of the Trans-Siberian and the Turkestani-Euro-Siberian railways. Founded in 1893, Novosibirsk, then Novonikolayevsk, became a transport hub of sub-regional importance and surpassed other major Siberian cities like Omsk and Tomsk in mere decades. In 1920, the capital of the Tomsk Governorate was moved to Novosibirsk. In 1921 the Novosibirsk Governorate was established. In 1925, most of the Siberian governorates were united as the Siberian Krai with Novosibirsk as the capital. In 1930, it was split into West Siberian and East Siberian Krais, the former existed until 1937. The Novosibirsk Oblast was finally established on September 28, 1937. Kemerovo and Tomsk became separate from it only in 1943 to 1944. Politics. During the Soviet period, the high authority in the oblast was shared between three persons: the first secretary of the Novosibirsk CPSU Committee, the chairman of the Oblast Soviet, and the chairman of the Oblast Executive Committee. Since 1991, CPSU lost all the power, and the head of the Oblast administration, and eventually the governor was elected alongside elected regional parliament. The Charter of Novosibirsk Oblast is the fundamental law of the region. The Legislative Assembly of Novosibirsk Oblast is the province's standing legislative body. The Legislative Assembly exercises its authority by passing laws, resolutions, and other legal acts and by supervising the implementation and observance of the laws and other legal acts passed by it. The highest executive body is the Oblast government, which includes territorial executive bodies such as district administrations, committees, and commissions that facilitate development and run the day-to-day matters of the province. The Oblast administration supports the activities of the governor, who is the highest official and acts as guarantor of the observance of the Oblast Charter in accordance with the Constitution of Russia. Administrative divisions. Demographics: population 2,665,911 euro, 2010 census. 2,692,251 euro, 2002 census. 2,782,005 euro, 1989 census. According to the 2010 census, the ethnic composition of the oblast was 93.1% Russians, 1.2% Germans, 0.9% Ukrainians, 0.9% Tatars, 0.4% Kazakhs, 0.2% Belarusians, 0.4% Armenians, 0.3% Azeris, and 0.5% Uzbek. Additionally, 124,859 people were registered from administrative databases, and could not declare an ethnicity. It is estimated that the proportion of ethnicities in this group is the same as that of the declared group. Births, 34,944, deaths, 36,373, vital statistics for 2012, births, 37,336, deaths, 36,528, total fertility rate, 2009-1.59 2010-1.60 2011-1.59 2012-1.71 2013-1.75 2014-1.76, e. Major urban centers in 2006 were Novosibirsk, Berdsk, Iskitim, Kubashev. Religion. According to a 2012 official survey, 24.9% of the population of Novosibirsk Oblast adheres to the Russian Orthodox Church, 5% are unaffiliated generic Christians, 1% of the population adheres to the Slavic native faith, and 1% to Islam. In addition, 32% of the population declares to be spiritual but not religious, 25% is atheist, and 11.1% follows other religions or did not give an answer to the question. Economy: Novosibirsk Oblast's gross regional product in 2007 was $14,950.2 million. GRP per capita was 144,869 rubles. Somewhat under the national average of 198,817 rubles. For many years, the region experienced relatively high rates of industrial output growth. Between 1999 and 2008, industrial output grew 170%, exceeding the Russian average growth by 23%. Industry major industrial activities accounting for over 80% of the total ship products and service are basic metals and fabricated metal products, electricity, gas and water supply, fuel extraction, food products and beverages. Manufacturing accounted for 67.4% of the region's industrial outputs in 2007. The most notable sector was food products, beverages and tobacco. The region produced a total of 278,100 tons of whole milk products, 144,100 tons of bread and baked goods, 6,300 tons of pasta, 54,100 tons of meat, 518.7 million decaliters of mineral water, 137,300 tons of mixed fodder and 218,700 tons of flour. The basic metals and fabricated metal products sector contributed 10.3% of total industrial output. The region produced 190,800 tons of steel pipes, 405,700 tons of rolled ferrous metals, 36,100 tons of steel, 1.300 tons of welding electrodes and 1,100 tons of construction frames and products. Notable companies in this sector include OAO Novosibirsk Electrode Plant, OAO Novosibirsk Tin Mill and OAO Kuzmin Novosibirsk Metals Plant. In the mechanical engineering sector, electrical and optical machinery and equipment accounted for 7.2% of total industrial output. Machinery and equipment accounted for 3.7%, while electrical machinery and transport equipment accounted for 4.5%. One of the largest companies is the aircraft maker Novosibirsk Aircraft Production Association, which assembles Su-34 fighters, among others. In 2007, the region produced $12,190,000 worth of high-voltage electric equipment, $3,820,000 worth of low-voltage electric equipment, $1,350,000 worth of computers and spare parts, 71,000 kilowatts equivalent of generators for steam, gas and hydraulic turbines, 296,200 units of electric razors, 154,600 units of chandeliers and suspensions, 1,616,000 units of capacitors, 3,608,000 units of semiconductor instruments, 1,077,000 units of integral microchips, 218 units of large electric machines, 854 units of direct current electric machines and 5,000 kilovolts amperes equivalent of prefabricated transforming stations. Notable companies in this sector include OAO Novosibirsk Electric Locomotive Repair Plant, OAO Sibsamash Scientific Production Association, NPOLSIB, OAO Novosibirsk Railroad Switch Plant, OAO Tyazdankijidra Press, OAO Novosibirsk Instrument Plant and OAO Novosibirsk Soyuz Electrovacuum Holding Plant. All of the aforementioned companies are located in the regional capital, Novosibirsk. Energy Novosibirsk Oblast enjoys an electricity surplus. Electricity output in 2007 was 14.0 billion kilowatt-hour, while consumption was 12.5 billion kilowatt-hour. During the summer, 30% of the region's electricity needs is satisfied by the Novosibirsk Hydroelectric Power Station, which has a capacity of 455 MW. Another important source of electricity is thermal power. The largest thermal power plant is Combined Heat and Power Station No. 5 with generation capacity of 1,200 MW. Most of the power plants and the distribution infrastructure are operated by the company OJSC Novosibirsk Energo. The amount of oil produced in the region in 2007 was 2,495,000 tons, while coal production was 1,795,000 tons. Trade and investment in the 2005/2006 ranking Best Legal Conditions for Investment conducted by the expert RA rating agency Novosibirsk Oblast received the third place among all 89 federal subjects of Russia. In 2007, the Oblast received $88.8 million in foreign investment. The largest company receiving foreign investment was NPOLSIB. References. Notes sources th 3/4 th squared th 3/4 n th plus or minus th n euro n th to the first th 3/4 th plus or minus th degree n th 1/2 th 3/4 th to the first th 3/4 th squared th micron n th micron th n florin n th degree n th 3/4 th squared Pi 3/4 nth degree th 1/2 th 3/4 th squared th micron th 1/2 th micro a minus 282 th 3/4 n 31 th 1/4 th degree n euro n th degree 2005 th cubed. A qnth degree th squared th 3/4 th squared th 3/4 nth plus or minus th n euro n th 3/4 th to the first th 3/4 th plus or minus th degree n th squared n euro th micron th degree th 3/4 th 1/2 th degree a minus 529 th 3/4 n 26 n th micron th squared n euro th degree th n 2015 th cubed. A th 3/4 th n euro th degree th squared th degree n th q n th degree th squared n florin th 3/4 th squared th 3/4 n th plus or minus th n euro n th 3/4 th to the first th 3/4 th plus or minus th degree n th a th n florin th squared n th n 1 florin th 1/4 th degree n 2005 th cubed th n florin th plus or minus th 3/4 th squared th degree th 1/2 th 3/4 th squared th micron n th degree n th plus or minus th n euro no, a minus 81. 29 th degree th n euro th micron th n 2005 th cubed th micron th 1/2 n on euro th degree th noeth 1/2 n th to the first th n th 3/4 th 1/2 th n th micron th noeth 1/2 n th to the first th 3/4 th 1/4 th n th micron n th Pi 3/4 nth degree th 1/2 th 3/4 th squared th micron th 1/2 th micron th 3/4 n 28 nth micron th 1/2 n on th plus or minus n euro n 1937 th cubed. An euro th degree th micron th micron th 1/2 th degree degree 1/2 th 3/4 th plus or minus th n euro n th 3/4 th cubed th 3/4 th n euro th degree n th 1/2 th degree th 3/4 th squared th 3/4 n th plus or minus th n euro n th n florin n th 3/4 th plus or minus th degree n and no th n th degree th to the first n th to the first th n euro th degree th to the first a